offense. All right, West Virginia and TCU. TCU 10.5, 11-point home favorites, 51 being the total in this game. Look, I'm a little reluctant. Once bitten, twice shy theory. I faded TCU as home favorites last week against SMU, and SMU couldn't hang with them at all. Beaten up, couldn't move the football. TCU offense got going and couldn't be stopped in the second half. It was a bad performance by the SMU defense, but you got to credit TCU's offense. And look, he's an experienced quarterback, Chandler Morris. He's been around a long time. And maybe TCU's not going to fall off like people thought. That was a pretty good win for them last week. And do I trust West Virginia on the road? I'm not so sure about that. They were good last week. Nice win against Texas Tech, but they benefited from the Shough injury. Baron Morton was terrible. We already talked about it. Let's see what this defense does against what still looks like a pretty good TCU offense. 42 against Colorado, 41 against Nicholls State, 36 against Houston, 34 in the win against SMU. I'm not so sure West Virginia. West Virginia, who have they played on offense so far? Penn State is the only good team they've played on offense, really. 38 points they gave up in that game against Penn State. Maybe a TCU team total over. Maybe I get interested in that in this game. Then I don't have to worry about the other side of it. I still have some questions about the TCU defense, but I don't know if it's going to show up here. West Virginia's offense has been certainly a work in progress. Garrett Green's been banged up, the quarterback. Foot injury. We'll see if he plays here in this game. He did not play against Texas Tech. It was Nico Marchiol taking over at quarterback for West Virginia in that game. He didn't play that bad, but he didn't have to do much because Texas Tech couldn't do anything on offense. He's going to have to move the ball here against TCU. I'm not sure he will. So TCU team total over maybe for me. What do you think, C-Mac?
Yeah, can West Virginia do enough? Because their defense, they're going to have to try to slow down TCU, and I think they can a little bit, but I think TCU just wins this game. It's just spread, out here now at 11.5. Maybe look to them early first half because I just don't know. On the road, at least, we want West Virginia. I'd look to them more at home with that defense. So it's just a little too far, but I look at TCU here. I think it's a win.
And by the way, this is a really this is a good number. This point spread's in a really good spot, in my opinion, 11.5. Last year, TCU won by 10. The year before, TCU won, or actually it was West Virginia, I should say, that won 29-17 against TCU. But last year, it was a 10-point win for TCU. I could see, it being in that 10 to 14 range potentially for TCU. So right around.
I won't want to lay it.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Shout out to Devin.
Yes.
Got a new member. Appreciate it, my man.
We appreciate it. Thanks for joining us here on Hitting the Books. We're on every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific with this show during the college football season.